Okay, time to feed the viewers. Oh, by the way, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Alright, what do I got here? Let's hear, what do we got? AMD FSR Redstone uses machine learning to achieve parity with DLSS. So remember when AMD came out with fluid motion frames? Then Nvidia came out with smooth motion frames. So now Nvidia has DLSS. But now AMD has Redstone to counter that. So yes, so basically they're just trading blows with each other, if you get the point. And don't forget Intel too. Oh yeah. Anyway, says here the next evolution in FSR frame generation. Says here, as a part of its Computex 2025 announcement, AMD has given gamers a sneak peek at the company's major update for its Fidelity Super Resolution FSR technology dubbed FSR Redstone. The upcoming installment will bring many new features to match rival Nvidia Deep Learning Super Sampling DLSS. Says here, FSR 4, the latest iteration of the technology, debuted a few months ago with the launch of the Radeon RX 9070 series, specifically the Radeon RX 9070 and the Radeon RX 9070 XT. Says there, while the initial batch of support titles was limited to around 30, AMD expected they double that number by June 5th, aligning with the Radeon RX 9060 XT launch. Nonetheless, AMD is already plotting ahead of and preparing FSR Redstone as the next substantial upgrade for FSR. Says here, although AMD did not provide specific detail, the chip maker emphasized three features to be included in FSR Redstone: neural radiance caching, machine learning, ray regeneration, and machine learning frame generation. Some of these features might sound familiar as they are already part of Nvidia DLSS suite. Says here, AMD states that neural radiance caching effectively learns how light reflects within a scene. The object is to predict and store indirect lighting assets in a cache, which can subsequently be used to generate heaps of other rays logically. This helps accelerated path tracing. Says here, ray regeneration is equivalent to Nvidia ray reconstruction. This feature leverages a trained neural network to regenerate pixels that couldn't be accurately traced. Thanks to machine learning, it can predict and filter grainy noise in real time. Says with FSR Redstone, AMD is enhancing its super resolution feature through the utilization of an improved machine learning model designed to predict and reconstruct lower resolution frame in order to optimize performance. The upscaling occurs in real time. Then it says, like Nvidia DLSS, AMD FSR also offers game frame generation. However, FSR had utilized an AI-free approach up until now. The next generation FSR Redstone will tap machine learning for frame generation, which should improve performance and quality. It says here, AMD has not committed to a specific date for FSR Redstone Prime debut, only indicating a release in the latter half of this year. FSR Redstone will launch with natively compatibility for RDNA 4 powered graphics card. Sadly, AMD did not specify whether it will be backwards compatible with the previous generations of RDNA graphics card. Since FSR 4 is exclusive to RDNA 4, FSR Redstone support for older generation AMD graphics card looks even bleak. Alright, and we got two comments from the debaters here. Let's see what we got here. Two comments. Let's see here. Kind said this: Nvidia achieved performance by using unrivaled amount of power. And then Luker said this: this article is pretty quiet on XCSS, and he said also Redstone got me thinking Minecraft. So when it comes to these upscaler techs, you got Intel, AMD, Nvidia, so they're just trying to one up each other, so this is just to counter, AMD is just trying to counter what Nvidia is doing with DLSS by coming out with Redstone, FSR Redstone, but now they're tapping into AI with this, and this is dealing with, what do we got here, this is dealing with, let's see, where's this, should say it here, I'm looking for it too. Just slipped. It is dealing with it's dealing with neural radiance caching and machine neural radiance caching. That's 1. Machine learning ray regeneration. That's 2. And machine learning frame generation. 3. So basically, this is what DLSS was already doing. So Nvidia is trying to counter it, but also playing catch up, but also now tapping into AI, and even more now, so they can trade blows with Nvidia. Intel will be doing the same thing. I would be expecting them to be following this pattern too, so to stay competitive with AMD and Nvidia. So AMD is just trying to keep up with the time and the demands of video games and their consumers. Now, what they really need to do now is work on the backwards compatibility with all this, with FSR4 and Firestone. Make that backwards compatible with RDNA3 and RDNA2, and then go on from there, So yeah, and let the modders take care of that, by doing some in-depth testing on it to get it to work, and then go on from there. So yeah, the article says it looks bleak, but there's always the modding community that can fix that, So, but other than that, man, AMD is just keeping up with the time. They're debuting this with their RX 9070 and 9070 XT. They need to make a 9070 XTX. Just saying. But yeah, AMD, man, keeping up with the times, man, and keeping up with the with today's gaming, gaming trends, So they have to. Can't let Nvidia hog all the spotlight, Yeah. And then Intel, they need to do the same too, So yeah. So with AMD, Nvidia, and Intel, it's all about choices, So yeah, who was this? He said Tom's Hardware was kind of quiet on Intel. That means Intel, they're probably onto this. They probably got some new upscaling tech too. So we'll see what Tom's Hardware come up with next on this from Intel's standpoint. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video too. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, the Star Wars and Star Trek fan, Dark Section. Go on. Peace.